are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights.
You're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam Matt. Now, Sam Matt, you were telling me that Birdman made a statement about Weezy's album, Sam Matt.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. So Birdman was talking with Juvenile. I think they were on your boy Ebro show. And he was talking about the Carter 4. Carter 4 or Carter 5? Carter 5.
Yeah.
Carter 5. Now, we both were very excited about the Carter 5 release and been excited for years. When it first came out, we talked about it on here, gave it great reviews. I said it could have been better, even though people were on me about Wayne. Was very interested to see what Birdman had to say. Here's what he said. I'm a Wayne fan anyway, bruh. So it's me. It's Wayne, bruh. Like he said, it's music that he's been had. So I'm not objective to that. But I think it could have been better, you know, if he hadn't put newer songs, because, you know, the man got a billion songs. What do you think about that? Is that a jab at him? Is that real talk?
I think it's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's critique. You know what I mean? Because obviously he was with him, so he knows. That's like, you know what I mean, me hearing your song from 08 and you put an album out, you know what I mean? And, you know, probably something, obviously if they was together, it wouldn't have happened, but he would have never said it either. But, you know, yeah, man, I think it's just, you know, people are going to take it that way. Obviously, it could have been better, but Birdman knows too much. He was with him. He knows the song that I think it was a good body of work myself. What do you think about that, though?
I think it was a good body of work. I 100% agree with Birdman. That's not, we don't really do that often, but I agree. And that's not a jab. And I don't think that he was throwing a jab. And people are going to see how we title this, and they're going to see how we talk, and they're going to automatically assume that we're throwing out there that Birdman is throwing jabs at Wayne. Nah, that's how we title it. That's how we're going to work. Right. But I think this was genuine, honest, heartfelt critique. I agree with him. He didn't say that the album was garbage. I didn't say the album was garbage. He didn't say that the album was that lacked on a par of Wayne. He just said that he heard or he knew a lot of the older stuff was on there. He's had this album for years. It's been rumored to be out for years. He didn't put anything new on there or anything fresh, and you can hear that. You knew this was a lot of old Wayne stuff. You can kind of hear it, and you can identify with it. Right. And Wayne can still spit. Wayne still got talent. It looks like Wayne still has love for the art of rapping and doing this thing, even though I was one of the people that said he was done, like Pusha T said, and he had a love for it no more. Another rapper trapped that can't retire. He was just hurt. Right. And man, I just wish that he would have put out a little more fresh material, like Birdman said. But I don't think that Birdman was throwing a jab.
I mean, he had his time, man. It's hard to stay on top forever. He's been on top for a long time. He had a long run.
So you saying that he don't got enough material out here to continue and sustain a run when we see a Jay-Z and other people like that? And he ain't nowhere near Jay-Z's age. He still got time.
No, I'm just saying sometimes people get to cold spots in their career. He might be at that spot, even though it was a Carter, and maybe people think it didn't, you know, reach expectation of where it could have been. But like I said, it's hard to stay on top forever on everything. Not a Jay-Z. Even he had some questionable bodies of work where people like that just wasn't as good as shit. You know what I mean? This, you know, I think so. I mean, we got to have that conversation one time and go through the Jay-Z classics. You know what I'm saying? But he had some of them where weren't as good as the other ones. I wouldn't call them flops, but I don't think they were as good as the other ones.
Oh God, would you put Lil Wayne and Eminem in the same bracket right now? Because Lil Wayne Eminem was once recognized as one of the nastiest spitters MCs out here, and the title was there. No one could touch it. No one dare say his name. And then the last couple of albums kind of proved his mortality and proved that, okay, he seems like he has something to prove too, because now he's here. And Lil Wayne is kind of, now you saying that everyone has their run and maybe this isn't his run, although he's still spitting. So would you put them in the same kind of realm right now with being great rappers, but seemingly kind of sitting here where you've seen other rappers ascend? And if so, should there be a different lane for them? Because we consider them two some of the best.
Yeah. I think they just, you know, again, man, people are going to judge them from that full body of work, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So yeah, you could put them in the same, you know, categories. I mean, people lose inspirations, they go to other things, sometimes they fall back. I would say Weezy had about a good 10 to 15 year run, at least a good 10 year where he was like that.
All of 2010.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, so he was that dude. I mean, like everything, he was the hottest. Drake came out, Nicki, like all these people. So his tree is so big, you know what I'm saying? Of people that, and even like the people who bite his shit, you know what I mean? And we all know their names, you know, out there. It's like the game just got so flooded with it that he might have just, wasn't able to compete in that no more because it was just too many.
You know what I would say about Lil Wayne, and this is genuine from my heart. He has the ability to put out one of the greatest albums of all time and easily the album of the year whenever he decides to drop it. If we hear about Lil Wayne, if we hear how he feels about this, if we hear how he feels about that, if he gives us a lot more than just the bars and the wordplay and the flow that we grew in love. But one of the criticisms that I give Lil Wayne in recent conversation is that he's not giving us him. He's not evolving like you've seen a Jay-Z do or your other rappers kind of evolve and do. And if he decided to do that, and only he can decide, but if he decided to put out an album where we just hearing some other shit like, whoa, and I'm not saying go 100% conscious and go that route. You ain't got to do all that shit either. Put some of the Wayne classic shit on there too. But if you really just gave us an album like that, damn, it'd be hard to follow that up and hard for that not to be the album of the year and his greatest of all time. And he still has it in him.
Yeah, it remains to be seen, man. You know, still a young guy relatively for hip hop. You know what I mean? Still got a lot of time and music in front of him. So we're going to see, man. Like I said, these guys going to be judged, you know what I mean, by that whole body of work. So,
Facts.
you know what I mean? Definitely. But yeah, man, the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam, man. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or even YouTube, all we ask you to do is to share this video or audio with at least one other person, a family member, text it to them or share it on your Facebook timeline. We do appreciate that if you could do that, man. Definitely.
Indeed. Speaking of R&B singers, Ray J.
Yeah.
Man, Ray J is doing his thing, all jokes aside, and we've been having a lot of negative talk as of late, but this is something very positive. We've been talking about Ray J a couple of weeks now as of late, just the things and the entrepreneurship that he's been moving and doing, and we've been meaning to talk about him, but we've been busy. You know what I mean? He's been very busy and very productive on the podcast, but I wanted to bring this up in particular today because he dropped this on his Instagram saying, God is great all the time, as you guys can see right there. Let me break this down. The upfront money for Scoot e-bike is not the big play. That's just the recoup of what I already spent. Having 19 million shares in the new deal with LoopShare and raising more capital to grow the new company is the most important thing. I wanted to make sure we stay ahead of the game in the bike sharing industry, building both brands together with the best engineers and a really smart team gets me closer to $1 billion play in the long run. Things don't happen overnight. We still have a long way to go. I'm starting this thing from the ground up. Much respect to Uber, Lyft, and the big companies for paving the way for new companies like us. Stocks available now. USA stock symbol LPPF. CAD stock symbol Loop. Man, Ray J is doing big things. This Ray Scoot e-bike brand, first introduced in 2018, has been reportedly sold to a Canadian company called LoopShare for $7 million with a whopping 19 million shares in the company and a spot as a consultant in the business. Oh, God. Man, this is what the fuck we're talking about, man. But what's your thoughts on this, big dog?
Yeah, man. I think when I seen Ray J the last Breakfast Club interview, I think he, took that proverbial step, you know what I mean, into his, I'll say, mogulhood. I'm impressed, man. I'm excited, for what he's got going on. Not only with that, but with the headphones, the Raycon, I think it is.
You're about to grab me a pair of them, man.
Yeah, he's really, making some real moves to move himself into the $100 million and even maybe even $1 billion mark, man. All I can say is, I salute you. Excited about it, and hopefully one day that we can follow in those steps. I mean, like, now you look at the new way of business. We look at Lyft, going public, with their stocks, and your Ubers and all these these companies now. Google, YouTube now is just different now. Different types of companies are now being birthed, and it allows other companies to come underneath it. So, man, where there's a will, there's a way, man. Create an opportunity, man.
Facts.
That's all.
And let me tell you how inspiring this shit is to me, because when I looked at Ray J and after his music, because Ray J can sing, and anybody gonna hold you. Him and Brandy got a hell of a talent.
Yeah.
But after that kind of fell, and he went into the social media game, and he went into what's that shit? The reality TV game.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, damn. It was, where's he gonna go? Is he gonna stick in this realm right here and seemingly sell his soul for this and the entertainment? And you start to see the transition, like you said, and the evolution, and him graduating to becoming a mogul and an inspiration to young entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs, to go out here and do for self and be able to break big deals just off of the strength of your will, your determination, and your great ideas. Very inspirational. I can't wait or hope to have him on here to talk about that process, man, because that's what he's doing right now. Needs to be talked about, needs to be bragged about more. You don't hear too many people talking about it. You see your various outlets out here showing him love and showing him support, and he deserves it. man, salute to Ray J. This is what the kind of positivity we need. You're talking about buying in shares and stuff. That's more that I would like to know about.
Yeah.
Investing and throwing your money into different areas. Can't wait to have Kansu on again to kind of talk about stocks and shares and the importance of that, because that's a conversation I want to start beginning to have. And man, salute to the entrepreneurs out here. Keep winning.
Yeah, man. Definitely. We definitely appreciate, that story right there, on the back end. But that's actually going to do it for this episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. We hope.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the communist